What's up, everybody? It's TGK here on TGK TV, and I'm not going to waste too much of your time. There's this topic that's been on my mind for a couple of days now, and after seeing a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of people's opinions, I just think a lot of people are full of shit when it comes to this whole Peyton Manning and Tony Romo debate. So Peyton Manning wants to open his mouth and talk about Tony Romo and basically question his dedication to football. Here's the quote. So Peyton Manning said, "I saw where Tony Romo said that he always knew he wanted to be a broadcaster. Well, I always knew I wanted to be a football player. That's all I knew. I was all in on that job. I didn't think about anything else while I was playing." And in that quote, he's basically saying, hey, I've been dedicated to football, and I saw where Romo was talking about he always wanted to be a broadcaster, blah, 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 blah. And then here is Tony Romo's response to what Peyton Manning said.
I wanted to know if you heard those comments and if you had any thoughts on them at all.
I actually hadn't heard those comments, like the tunnel, the little bubble I live in.
Yeah.
But, ultimately, that's something I never actually said, so that would be the first flaw. I think I didn't start thinking about being a broadcaster until I was contemplating retiring. And so at that point, then you're going to start to think about your next phase. And, like anything, like when you're playing football, it's all consuming. There's literally nothing else, in some ways. When you go off to training camp, you don't even know what's happening in the world. It's all encompassing. And I feel like in some ways right now with golf, a little bit of that. As a broadcaster, I love it, I enjoy it. But I think that was never a part of the, mindset when you're playing football. That would be silly to say that you were thinking of something like that. But I do believe that as soon as you're done and you start the next thing, you do want to be good at what you're doing. I know it's tough for Bennett Skin to have a great radio show, but they somehow do it, and they make it incredible. So that's the goal. I'm done playing. I get back into broadcasting. I'm in broadcasting. I'm in golf. It's like, hey, if we're going to do this, let's not be average. Let's try and be really good at this. And that's the next mindset you do. So whatever it is you're trying to do, for me, it'd be hard just to sit back and be like, oh, I'm pretty good. I'm okay. That's not really.
And in Tony Romo's response, he basically said that he never said that. He only thought about that when he contemplated retirement. But after Peyton Manning had said this, a swarm of negative comments started coming towards Tony Romo, especially our Cowboy fans. So here I am. I'm just sitting in the back chilling like, all right, I'm pretty sure Cowboys Nation going to defend Tony Romo against Peyton Manning, after everything Romo has done for the team. And then all I see is a bunch of like, well, he probably has a point. Peyton Manning's probably right. Just because Romo won a golf tournament and he's a great broadcaster, he probably wasn't dedicated to the football team. He probably wasn't dedicated all into the Dallas Cowboys. How can you say that Tony Romo was not dedicated to the damn Dallas Cowboys? This dude broke his back, several times. Probably had a injury that he didn't even say. They said he had a cyst in his back, but it was probably something more, severe than that. The dude has punctured his lungs and still played through the damn game. Broken ribs, a broken pinky, still trying to get out there and play. We're talking about a broken, clavicle bone that's been broken, 3 times in his entire career. So you're going to say someone like Romo hasn't given it his entire body for the damn team is asinine to me. So for anybody out there to say, and actually agree with Peyton Manning stating that he wasn't all in for the Cowboys, you're fucking crazy. Because Tony Romo gave everything he had. That's why he couldn't handle it towards the end of his career. He was totally broken by that point. And then people think that I'm upset that Tony Romo's no longer the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. I'm not upset. It sucks that his body couldn't keep up, but I would never question the fact that he gave everything he could give. As Cowboy fans, we know he gave everything he could give. He turned teams that should have gone 4-12, 8-8. He turned teams that shouldn't even have thought about the playoffs into the playoffs. And yeah, he had a great team in 2007. We just ran into a juggernaut of a defense. And hey, you have a bad game. But even for Cowboys fans, I'm not even mad at anybody outside of Dallas or any outside of Cowboys Nation for you to actually think or even wonder in criticizing or judging Tony Romo's dedication to the team. But for Cowboys fans, for you to even judge, even criticize, or even, throw that notion out there that Romo wasn't dedicated to the Dallas Cowboys, you're full of shit. That is the wildest shit I've ever heard. Pardon my language. I'm upset. The fact that Cowboys Nation, y'all know, after Quincy Carter, after Chad Hutchinson, after Drew Henson, after Vinny Testaverde, after Drew Bledsoe, we weren't going anywhere until Bill Parcells came in here and somehow identified Tony Romo. We weren't even going to get a new stadium until the Dallas Cowboys could show that we have some sort of future. So in hindsight, you could basically thank Tony Romo and Bill Parcells for that new stadium. Because Romo had the upside, and it seemed like Bill Parcells was going to be here for the long haul. And they were like, hey, let's get this team while they're going, because they're going to get better and better. And you could say I'm crazy for saying that because they would have got a new stadium regardless. I don't give a damn. It probably would have been delayed. But to say that Tony Romo was not dedicated to the Dallas Cowboys, you're full of shit. You know you are. As a Dallas Cowboys fan, you know you are if you even agreed with Peyton Manning. Just because in the offseason, Romo wants to go play basketball, wants to go play golf, wants to go do other shit. What do you do when you go on vacation at your job? You go do other shit. You don't do what you do at your work. You can still work out here and there. You can still kind of get your mind going, but you go do other shit. I just think it's wild. It's wild for Cowboys Nations to even consider the notion Tony Romo wasn't dedicated to the team. If I broke my neck, my back, my collarbone for you, would you ever question my loyalty? Y'all just crazy, man. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. And to talk about Peyton Manning, the first alien that ever actually got out of Area 51, y'all gonna actually agree with him. The guy that beat a Bears team that had no quarterback. The guy that lost to Tom Brady over and over again, but yet his little brother beat him twice in the Super Bowl. The guy that couldn't even beat the Carolina Panthers because his defense beat the Carolina Panthers. Peyton Manning didn't do shit in his second Super Bowl. Peyton Manning's basically career, his 2 Super Bowl victories are flawed as hell because he beat nobody. His defense beat Carolina, and the Bears' offense couldn't produce anything. So I'm just saying, man, y'all want to question Tony Romo? Let's question Peyton Manning. Maybe he turned down that Monday night job because he's insecure that he won't be as good of a broadcaster as Tony Romo. Maybe he turned down that Monday night job because he was jealous of seeing Tony Romo getting all this adulation and admiration and appreciation. Because Peyton Manning is used to being the best. Well, Peyton Manning, because you put everything that you say you had in the football, are you good at anything else? So for Cowboys fans, for y'all to even accept this, even approve of what Peyton Manning said, you're crazy, and I'll say it again, you're full of shit. It's been your boy TGK, man. Sound off in the comments. I'll catch y'all there. But until then, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.